I remember in high school, I would always want to get better at talking to people, right? That was one of the biggest things that I wanted to improve within my life because I felt like an exile no matter how many people I spoke to, no matter how much I put myself out there, which admittedly was not that much. But I would go to school, right? And I would avoid people's gazes. Like, I wouldn't look people in the eyes. I'd avoid interaction with other people. I'd see somebody coming down the hall that I didn't want to say hello to, that didn't want to interact with. I'd take the long way around just to get to my classes. And doing that for years, right? It sucked because that wasn't the sort of person I wanted to be. I felt like a coward. I felt like somebody who was not living up to the standard that I knew I could be living at. That I wanted something better, that I didn't want to feel afraid of the world around me. But I had this little voice in the back of my head, this little doubt telling me, you can't improve. There's no point putting yourself out there or trying to change your reality as a result. Like, you are going to be an underconfident individual. There is no better path for you. You are going to be this person until you graduate for the rest of your life. And instead of challenging that, instead of thinking that, oh, this voice isn't true, this voice is not telling me the truth, that I can do it, I just accepted it. I accepted that niggling voice in the back of my head telling me that I couldn't do it. And as a result, my life didn't change. Instead of putting myself out there, putting my best foot forward, I guess, I stayed the same and it felt terrible. I didn't face my fears. I didn't improve. I didn't enjoy going to school. I didn't do anything to change my situation. And the doubt kept me exactly where my mind wanted me to be. Only after finishing like summer school in July this year, right, 2024, have I actually started to challenge the idea, challenge the little voice telling me you can't do it. Because I'm asking myself why? Why can I not do it? Why can't I put myself out there? Other people have done it before, right? Why am I choosing to be the victim and play the victim card of thinking that I can't change my reality, can't change my situation, right? And challenging this doubt, which still exists in the back of my mind, which still holds me back, which still keeps me under wraps from time to time. Challenging it has been one of the most rewarding experiences within my life. To realize I'm capable of so much more than what my voice inside my head tells me. The other day I went to the mall, right? And I saw this girl. I went up and spoke to her. Afterwards, it felt good because I'd felt so afraid before. I doubted my abilities to do so. I told myself I couldn't do it. I should hold back. I shouldn't talk to that person because it wouldn't go well. I did it anyways. I ignored that voice in my head, and as a result, everything went fine. And my fear kind of got dissolved after that, right? Just like now I look back and think my fear isn't that bad. Like, I could go outside, I'd feel uncomfortable talking to more girls, but I'd do it anyways. And you know what? I'd get better at it. I'd improve my skills in that area, and from there, my life would continue to change. I'd continue pushing in the area I want to like develop in. Right? I did that with conversations. I have like over 400 people I've spoken to at this point. That's not a flex. I'm not saying that I'm better than you or that I'm better than anybody else trying to improve themselves in conversation abilities. I'm saying that if I did it, if I faced my doubt, if I faced my fear, right, other people can do it as well. One of the biggest doubts in my life was creating this YouTube channel. Specifically today, I've been trying to record a video for over an hour now, right? I felt so much doubt in the process. I felt so much of my mind trying to hold me back, telling me, yo, you're struggling, aren't you? It's not easy for you. Those other naturals on YouTube, the other people you're competing with, the other people who you strive to, catch up with, it's easy for them. You can't do it. You should give up. And instead of listening to that voice, instead of feeling down, instead of thinking that, oh shoot, it's right, I challenge it, right? Because that's all any of us can do. And I fail from time to time. I'm not saying this is a perfect individual. Yesterday I failed. Yesterday I listened to that voice of doubt and I did not make a video for the first time in like 4.5 months. I made that mistake too. But cultivating the desire, cultivating the strength to just go against the grain, go against what your brain is telling you is probably one of the most important things that I've learned within my life. That if you stay trapped listening to the voice in your brain, the voice that doesn't want the best for you, if you listen to that voice, why would you listen to it? If you listen to that voice, where are you going to end up? Right? Examine the reality, examine the belief of thinking, I can't do it, and then examine the belief of thinking, I could do it, and see what paths that takes you along. Right? Which path do you want to end up on? The path where You settled for less. You didn't make the YouTube channel. You didn't pursue your goals. You didn't do the best you possibly could have. And you feel regret? Or do you want to go down the path where you feel like, oh, okay, I didn't listen to that voice holding me back. I didn't listen to the person who didn't want the best for me. As a result, I cultivated belief in myself. I feel better. I know I am who I say I am. And I'm achieving my goals and potential within my life. And I'm not saying this because I'm angry at you, right? We all make mistakes. We all hold ourselves back. But I know I can do better. I know you can do better. This is just like accountability, like, because you got to wake up, right? Your beliefs are always going to be there. The fear of approaching your doubts, approaching your insecurities, it never gets easier unless you take that first step, right? The first step is always the hardest, right? Going to the mall for the first time, which is one of my fears, right? Going to this mall in my city for the first time, I was terrified. I was struggling to breathe. I was looking at everybody around me, and I couldn't even smile. Like, my face felt frozen. I felt afraid, and I didn't even want to put myself out there. But I walked a few loops around for about 20 minutes before I felt so uncomfortable that I had to leave. I did it again. Still felt uncomfortable, but it was a bit easier. And I did it again and again until a couple days ago, I went for my third or fourth time, and I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel nervous. I just thought, yo, I'm another guy here. I feel happy. I belong here. And the fear's gone away, right? The doubt has gone away because I faced it. I put myself out there. I actually challenged the belief and saw, yo, it's not true. Yeah, I am capable of doing this. I am able to face my fears. I am more than what my mind thinks I am. And because of that, now I can cultivate a belief to become better. Your doubt is not who you are. Your doubt does not determine you. You do. It's a voice in your head, but that doesn't mean you have to listen to it. You can cultivate another voice. You can create yourself into the person you want to be. And I failed at this. I failed at this today. Right? Instead of having the willpower to do my writing in the morning, to do this YouTube video earlier in the day, I chose to delay. I chose to just read a book. I'm going to be completely authentic here. Instead of doing the work in the morning, I literally looked at a book, thought that, oh, if I start reading right now, my day is going to be derailed. And then I sat down and thought, yeah, I'm just going to read 1 or 2 pages. I started and I wasted about 3 or 4 hours of my day just reading. That is my mistake. That is how I made a mistake today. It allowed me to doubt myself. Because when I stepped off the path, when I stepped off the task of knowing what I need to get done in the day, well, of course the doubt's going to creep up. Or you ate that like junk food when you know you're not supposed to. You're trying to be hitting a cut. You're an athlete. You got to eat healthy. When you indulge in the foods that aren't good for you, of course you're going to start doubting yourself. If you skip the gym, if you aren't consistent, if you don't do the things that you know you need to do, doubt will spring up. The only way to combat that is doing the tasks that need to be accomplished within your life. I know it sounds simple. I know it sounds so simple. I'm not saying you can't enjoy your life. I'm not saying you can't do fun things. But you got to prioritize the change. You got to face those fears because the fear is all in your head. It's not as bad as you think. Right? I talked to that girl in the mall. Afterwards, it felt good. I realized, it's not even that bad. Just your doubt does not determine you. Don't let it determine you. Making this video, I had a struggle. But it can't stay bad forever. Your voice does not know who you are. I struggled for over an hour, but I'm making this video and I feel so good for just getting this out there. So face your fears, face your doubts, and put yourself in the position to go down the path of achieving your potential. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like this content, and have a good one. Peace.